Here's a bold and unsettling proposition from former President Donald Trump that has people talking. He floated the idea of revoking broadcast licenses for TV networks that he believes are openly hostile toward him. This controversial stance came just after ABC took the dramatic step of suspending its late-night show Jimmy Kimmel Live, following remarks by Kimmel that connected the alleged killer of conservative activist Charlie Kirk to Trump's MAGA movement. But here's where it gets controversial. Could such a move threaten free speech or set a dangerous precedent for media independence? On September 16, 2025, aboard Air Force One, en route to a state visit in the United Kingdom, Trump spoke to reporters and made these comments that have quickly stirred debate. He pointed out that despite networks being overwhelmingly negative about him, suggesting a 97% unfavorable coverage rate, he still won the 2024 presidential election by carrying all 7 swing states with ease. This, he said, highlights a perceived bias in the media's treatment of him. Trump criticized the networks, saying they constantly provide him with bad publicity, and questioned whether they should even hold the federal licenses that allow them to broadcast over the airwaves. I have read someplace that the networks were 97% against me. Again, 97% negative. And yet, I won, and easily, all 7 swing states, Trump said, reflecting on the intense scrutiny he faces. He continued, "They give me only bad publicity, press. I mean, they're getting a license. I would think maybe their license should be taken away." Trump emphasized that this decision would ultimately be up to Brendan Carr, the chairman of the Federal Communications Commission, FCC, who has already hinted publicly that ABC's license, as part of Disney, could be jeopardized if they don't take action on Kimmel. The president also singled out criticism he's received from other well-known late-night hosts, including Stephen Colbert of CBS, labeling their shows as relentless in targeting him politically. He said, "When you have a network and you have evening shows and all they do is hit Trump, that's all they do. If you go back, I guess they haven't had a conservative on in years or something," somebody said. This assertion raises an important question about media balance and whether broadcasters who operate under government-issued licenses have an obligation to ensure fair and balanced coverage, or if editorial independence should prevail regardless of political leanings. Chairman Brendan Carr, who was appointed to the FCC by Trump, praised by the former president as outstanding and a patriot, mentioned in an earlier interview that the FCC's work with the evolving media ecosystem is far from over, and hinted at possible future reforms. "We're not done yet," Carr said in a television interview, signaling that more changes could be on the horizon, in response to concerns about media bias and political influence. It's important to understand the unique role of the FCC in regulating broadcast television stations affiliated with major networks like ABC, CBS, NBC, and Fox. These stations must obtain licenses from the FCC because their signals are transmitted over the airwaves, which are publicly owned. This allows anyone with an antenna to watch their broadcasts for free, unlike cable networks, which require paid subscriptions. This system is designed to ensure broadcasters serve the public interest, but does it also mean they should be held accountable for perceived political biases? That's the core of this heated debate. The implications of Trump's statements and the FCC's potential involvement raise fundamental questions about the balance between regulation and freedom of the press. Should networks that appear one-sided face penalties that could threaten their ability to operate? Or would such actions risk government overreach and suppression of dissenting viewpoints? This is the part most people miss. This isn't just about one president's reaction to criticism. It's about the future of media freedom in America. What do you think? Should government agencies have the power to pull licenses from networks perceived as politically biased? Or should editorial independence be fiercely protected, regardless of content? Feel free to share your perspective. This is a conversation that's far from over.